What's up, guys? We are going to keep going with this project on which we are going to create an e-commerce site on which we are going to sell whatever we want to sell. I'm going to teach you how to do the base. Okay, so what is the first thing that we have to do? First of all, let's start the project because in the previous video we didn't do that. So how do we actually start the project to see if it is working or not? npm start. It is as simple as that. Okay, so you can see that now it is doing some things. It is being open. Here you have my Adobe things. Okay, you have to wait a little bit and check this out. Here we have this message, but we shouldn't have this message. Why do we have this message? Because when we were installing Firebase changed our index file, our index.html. So we have to modify this file. What do we have to do? What we are going to do actually is that we are going to take all this, we are going to remove it, and here we are going to create a new div, and here we are going to put div id, and we are going to put root. Okay, so if we save now, check this out. Here this changed. Why did it change? Because here in the source folder, the index, if I'm not wrong, the index, the app file, the app.js file, the index file, sorry, is referencing that ID. It is looking for the ID root. Perfect. So we have to change some things. And for example, here, what we can do is that we can remove this. We are going to remove all this as well. Remove this. And indeed, we are going to actually delete almost everything from the source file. So for example, we are going to delete this file, this other one. Okay, not the index one. This one as well. This one not. This one as well, and the app file, we are going to leave it there, but we are going to delete all these ones. Okay, we delete these ones, and check this out. Now we have errors because it is trying to import some files that we do not have. So for example, let's check the index.js. We do not have this index.css, so we are going to remove this. Perfect. And here, let's go to the app.js, and we don't have this logo, so we remove the logo. That's right. And here we save, and check this out. Here it is looking for logo. What we are going to actually do is that we are going to remove all this. That's right, perfect. So here, okay, it is waiting for something. We are going to create an empty div, and check this out. Now we have an empty page. What we are going to do in this video is that we are going to implement the navigation. So what is the first thing that we have to do to implement that navigation? The first thing that we must do is we are going to come here and we are going to install the library. So we have to install one library, and the library that we are going to install is called React. Okay, in npm install React Router DOM. Okay, so we install the library and we will be able later to basically navigate through screens. So what we are going to do is that inside this source folder src, what we are going to create is another folder called routes. Perfect. So here, now we are going to create a file called routes.jsx. And inside this file, we are going to create our first component. This component is going to be super simple. The only thing that we have to do is to put ref-c. This creates, it is a template. So here we have this. And check this out. We are going to call browser router from the library that we just installed. Okay, so basically every page that we put and every page on which we want to be able to navigate must be inside the browser router. So we put this here, and inside here we are going to put the routes. But before putting the routes, these routes are going to be animated. They are going to have animations between screens. So how do we actually implement those animations? It is as simple as installing another library called npm install framer motion. Okay, that's right, guys. This is the library. Okay, it is installed, and here what we are going to do is that we are going to create another component, and it is going to be called animated routes. Okay, we put .jsx, and as before, ref-c, that's right, and here we have our base component. So As we did before with the browser router, if we want pages to be animated, we have to use the animated presence, if I'm not wrong, animate presence from the Framer motion library. That's right, perfect. So now inside here is where we have to put all the routes. So again, if we want to have routes, different routes, they have to be inside another component called routes. So here we are going to put routes, but this import is from the React Router DOM. So we are going to take all this and we are going to put it here. Okay, that's right, perfect. So we have now the routes, and here inside it's where we are going to put all the different routes. So for example, here I'm going to put route path, okay, and the path to access one of the routes is going to be this one. Okay, what means this path? So for example, whenever you go to a website, let's go for example to my website, Rento. Whenever you go to a website, you have different paths. So for example, now the path is empty. There is no path. We are in the main screen. But if we go to log in, check this out. It changed. This is the path. So for example, now the browser knows that if we want to show this screen, we must be in this path. So we are going to do something similar here. Okay, so we are saying, okay, for this route, let me import route from React Router DOM. I want you to show one element, and this element is going to be a screen, which is going to be another component that we will put later. Indeed, we are going to create 3 of these. This one, and this one. And this one is going to be for the login. This one is going to be for the register. And yeah, perfect. We are fine. But before continuing, we have to basically configure this routes component. So here what we're going to do is that we're going to put location, and it is expecting a location object, and here it is also expecting a key. Okay, so how do we get these 2 values? It is as simple as putting here, let me put this like this, sorry, yeah, it is as simple as putting here use location. That's right, this is a hook, this is the first hook that we are going to use, and this returns basically this object called location. So here it is as simple as basically sending location, and here we have to put the key, which is going to be the location path name. That's right, perfect. We are ready to go. To continue, we have to create here the different screens that we are going to put. So let's create the following thing. Let's come here to the source folder, and we are going to create the screens folder. Inside here, we are going to create 3 files. So for example, we are going to put the home screen.jsx. Here we are going to put the login screen.jsx, and here we are going to put the register screen.jsx. Excellent. So here, remember RAVC. Okay, we have this basic component. Let's save. Here RAVC, again RAVC. We have this other basic component. Let me cancel this. We have this other basic component, and here RAVC, and we have this other basic component. So now it is time to basically using these components in these routes. So what we are going to do is that we are going to put, for example, here the home screen. Okay, check this out. It is imported from this folder as we expected. Perfect. And also here we are going to put the login screen. That is right. And finally here we are going to put the register screen. This is perfect. Okay, so we have some errors, and the errors is saying that basically we are importing the app.css. Okay, so we save and check this out. Here we don't have anything. If we come back to our page, it is empty. How do we basically, and whether we put whatever we want here, so for example, login, check this out, it is not showing anything. So how do we make this show something, what we have just created? So, sorry for the voice, guys. So here in the app component, what we have to do is that we have to import the router. And here, check this out, we have this, not the router, the routes. the routes component that we created, routes. Perfect. And inside here, the routes, we have to import the animated routes. That's right. Perfect. So if we save, and we save here, okay, we can. It is compiling. Okay, we have one problem, and it is saying that use location is not defined. So here we have to import use location. Check this out. Now we have it. We save, we don't have any problems. And here, check this out. We are in the login screen. But what happens if I put here register? We are in the register screen. And what happens here if I don't put anything? I leave it like that. We are in the home screen. Why is it showing this one? Because remember, here it is checking the path, and then it is showing one of these components. So for example, it is showing right now the home screen, and if I put whatever I want to put and I save, check this out. Here we have that message. It is as simple as that, guys. So I think that this is the end. We don't have to really do anything else for this video. It's okay. I hope you understood a little bit how works the navigation. Like, this is just basically the basics. We haven't navigated through buttons and all that. This is the basics. Well, these are the basics. Do not worry. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we see each other in the next video.